Had the incredible task of being on Semyo's graduation committee, in addition to being his advisors for the last 3 years. And when daunted with how we were going to appreciate him today, we decided to reach out to students. And we asked them what the first word or phrase or thing came to mind when we said Semyo. And this is what they said.
Ubiquitous.
Friend.
Democratic meeting.
Professor.
Generous.
Danger zone.
Funny.
The parlor table.
Teddy bear.
Leader.
Dough.
His comb that is always in his hair.
Guitar.
Funny.
Lovely.
Awesome.
Intelligent.
Great guy.
Smart.
Brilliant.
Fun.
He has curly hair like my mom.
And tall. So Semyo has been at Brooklyn Free School for the past 3 years, although he's so woven in the school's fabric that it feels like he's been here for far longer. It's hard to imagine now, when we see him surrounded by students, young and old, and we hear his booming laughter in the parlor and his clear voice in school meetings. But once upon a time, when he first arrived at BFS, Semyo was a very quiet and unassuming student. This is true. Once upon a time. His large frame housed a small, shy voice, and he often had to be asked to speak up. In meetings, he qualified every opinion and cloaked every suggestion and apology. They grew up so fast, don't they? When Semyo applied to BFS, he wrote unprompted an essay and questionnaire about what he was seeking in his education and why he wanted to attend our particular institution. By the way, Lily and I were so impressed by this that we made it a standard practice, a standard requirement, to ask prospective teens to write what they hope to get out of the BFS and what they would bring to the school community. So, any incoming teens have Semyo to thank for that. But anyway, in his questionnaire, Semyo had the following response to the question, where do you see yourself 3 years from now? This is his response. All I hope for in the distant future is to have my plans evolve further and to be recognized for it. I also hope to have more friends, to hear other stories to influence mine, and for me to share my story and influence them. It has now been 3 years from when Semyo first wrote these words in his application to the school, and he's more than accomplished his goals. We're here today recognizing him and all he's done for the BFS community. He's surrounded by friends and admirers, and we've all been influenced by his story. Semyo had such clarity and vision about what he wanted to get out of his experience at BFS. In his graduation essay, Semyo talks about wanting to cultivate his abilities in communicating with people and becoming an organizer and leader. He's done all that and more. It seems that Semyo accomplishes everything he sets his mind to. So I'm hoping, now that he's graduating, he'll set his mind on fundraising $1 kajillion for the school.
But before we get too carried away with everything that we still hope and expect from Semyo in the future, because we here at Brooklyn Free School expect a lot from Semyo on a daily basis, we want to make sure that we're really giving time to everything and so many things that Semyo accomplished in the 3 years that he was here. I think more than anything, his legacy is found in all of those students who shared their thoughts so easily. Their words just like poured out of their mouth when we asked them, like, what do you think of when you think of Semyo? So if we think about the things that describe him and the way you see him, tall, with a comb in his hair, sitting at the parlor table with his curly hair that's just like some student's mom, you can really get the idea that Semyo is everywhere in this school every day. His presence might be obscured by someone sitting on his lap, or someone jumping on his back, or 3 or 4 people mushed in at his sides. But he knows everyone and is known by everyone. When we think of the words intelligent, smart, and brilliant, these are concise ways that describe the enormity of Semyo's brain. On the surface, class, you'll see this with the huge store of knowledge that he brings into any environment. And then when you go even deeper, you see that he is constantly watching and coding what's going on around him. He waits for his moments to be able to step in and make a difference, and he does it all the time, every day, with a huge, huge range of students, and he does it with us teachers all the time too. Friend, generous, a teddy bear, and lovely. This side of Semyo can be summed up in one student's observation in his goodbye appreciation. She said, "Semyo is loyal. He'll do anything for anyone, and he'll do everything for a friend. Semyo is the kind of person that would walk on glass if you needed him to walk on glass." Or the other way that this comes up sometimes is when you ask students, so who's going to do this? Or who's going to get the decorations for the dance? Or I need this phone call to be made. Who's going to be doing it? And it will take maybe 1 second before everyone will say, well, Semyo. Professor, guitar, democratic leader, each of these words demonstrate the range of Semyo's integrity. He teaches others through his actions. He shares his knowledge without a shred of snobbery. He teaches younger students guitar. He started the Improving the Democratic Meeting Committee. And he never does any of these things alone. He thinks independently, but he always works with others and always in the interest of our larger community. And the last little category of words, danger zone, fun, a great guy, and funny, they show the well-roundedness of Semyo's personality and his legacy. Semyo with his hair down, Semyo when he's making people laugh, Semyo when he's hitting the floor and getting back up really quickly, Semyo when he's like randomly cursing every once in a while, and him all with play, which he'll do both physical and verbal with anyone, wherever they're at, just trying to keep things really fun and light. He really tried out every part of our school, from getting involved with the Democratic meeting right away and chairing from probably 2 or 3 months in, to doing the school musicals, being a part of the trip to Tanzania, in a wide range of classes, card playing, being part of poker club, teaching classes, being a meeting buddy to younger students in the meeting, having a science internship, jamming in the music room regularly. In every single one of these endeavors, Semyo was always honest and always earnest. He's hardworking, and the school could not possibly have asked anything more from him. In 3 years, Semyo Do set a standard for what it can mean to be a high school student here that is revolutionizing our school. Congratulations, Semyo.